Mr. President, what the hell is your problem? I watched the State of the Union address, and quite frankly, I'm appalled. I'm appalled at your arrogance and your disrespect to the American people. Veto this, veto that. The American people voted against you in the midterms, and you're going to spit in our faces? We don't want executive amnesty. We don't want that amnesty for illegals, those that broke our laws to come here. Why don't you try enforcing the laws that are on the books? XL Pipeline. What in God's name is wrong with that? Why can't you vote for that? Why are you going to veto that? That's jobs. That's energy independence. Instead, you want to raise taxes on the oil prices that we got now. You want to raise gas taxes. Why? We finally get a break and you want to freaking tax us more? What is your problem? Closing Gitmo. Alright, fine. Close Gitmo. Go ahead. It just means our military doesn't need to take prisoners. Shoot them all. Let God sort them out. Plain and simple. You're on a tirade about containing ISIS and the Islamic threat. No, we need to be on a tirade of destroying ISIS completely and obliterate radical Islam. Radical Islamic terrorists. Say those words. You freaking coward. Say those words. Radical Islamic terrorist. You talk about having an open and transparent administration. You want to reach across that aisle and work on the issues with both Democrat and Republican. But you haven't. You never have. And you never will. You refuse to. There's no transparency in your government. If there was, we'd have the truth on Fast and Furious. And Eric Holder would not be in contempt of Congress. We'd have the truth on Benghazi. And Hillary Clinton would probably be in jail. And then we'd have the truth on the IRS investigations. Which brings to mind, why are veterans and veterans groups on the Department of Homeland Security watch list? I see report after report where veterans and veterans groups are on the watch list. How did we get on the watch list? Oh, wait, I forgot. It's like the IRS. We have a different opinion and different viewpoint than you do. Isn't that great? If this earns me a spot on the watch list, hey, great, fine. I should already be on it. I'm a veteran. And I never violated my oath. Something that you have done several times. The most important one was when you circumvent the Constitution of the United States by going to the United Nations to enact gun laws here in our country. That's a violation of your oath of office because you're trying to circumvent the Constitution. The United Nations Act on Gun Control, Canada has even rejected. Canada rejected it. By taking weapons and firearms away from law-abiding, responsible gun owners is wrong. Because then the only ones that will have those guns are the criminals and the government. And the Second Amendment is not only for the protection of person or home or country from outside enemies. It's also for protection against a tyrannical government, our own government. You have just violated your oath of office. By doing that, you need to be impeached. You need to be held to task for every single one of the scandals I have mentioned here. Benghazi, Fast and Furious, the contempt charges against Eric Holder. And not only that, you stuck your nose in something that you had no business in. What happened at Ferguson, tragic as it may be, you and Eric Holder had no place in it. The man was found innocent by a grand jury. Plain and simple. And it's proven fact that that young man was a criminal. He broke the law and attempted to fight with the officer. Being larger than the officer had no choice but to shoot. Granted, he didn't have to shoot to kill. Alright? But in that circumstance, who knows what was going on? Nobody actually knows exactly 100% what was going on. Except for the individuals involved. You had no place in it. You and Eric Holder had no place in it. Instead, you go get another grand jury and try to bring charges, and they find him innocent as well. You're absolutely pathetic. Why is, and I sent you an email, I asked you all these questions. I figured I'd put it on YouTube for you, seeing you like YouTube, and morons that like to swim in milk and cereal. Why is Al Sharpton not being prosecuted or chased after by the IRS for back taxes? He owes millions in back taxes. How come he's still out there running his frickin' mouth? He is a race baiter. He incites violence. And he needs to go to jail. He is responsible for those 2 officers that got killed in New York just as much as you are, and Eric Holder, and Blasio. You all need to be prosecuted the same. Whether you like my opinion or not, there it is. Whether you want to respond or not, I don't give a rat's ass. Because just hearing your voice makes me cringe. I hate you. I know it's not right to hate, and I try not to. But every word that comes out of your mouth is a lie.